All right. Welcome back for another episode of Games with Grandpa. My name is Chris. Today we're going to check out a new mod called Shade's Vehicle Tuner. It's a new version of this that has just come out, so we're going to check it out. Now, the first thing it has is vehicle cargo. I'm going to go over the settings here in just a second, but when you're up to your vehicle, you hit R, and then you'll have the cargo just like you would have on your ship or your personal inventory. So let's go over the settings here. To get to the settings after you've installed it, you have to go to a saved game, and then you will have the settings here. So we're going to go into settings and gameplay options, and in my playthrough, all these are set at the top of the list. I'm assuming that yours will be the same. We're going to go through them one at a time and then check them out together. I'm going to leave timestamps on each one of these. Some of them we're going to cover together. Some of them will be separate. First one is cargo storage is the amount of cargo, 250, 500. You actually lose 1 EXP if you set it to 500 or disabled. I'm going to leave it at 250. I think that's the default. Next one, we have cargo access distance. How far away can you access the cargo in your vehicle? So you got vehicle only, nearby, limited, or anywhere. I'm assuming if you go to anywhere, that is probably going to give you less experience. Yeah, we'll leave it at nearby. I don't really know. I guess, you know, if you're coming out of a building and your car's far away, you could leave it anywhere and load it into your car, maybe go back into the instance and get more stuff, potentially. Nearby makes sense for a playthrough and for roleplay reasons, so I'm going to leave it as nearby. Next we have up is vehicle summoning. I think this one is new. I didn't play the original version of it, but you're supposed to get a remote that goes into your inventory, and if you're outside, you should be able to summon the car directly to you. I'm trying to think of use cases where you wouldn't take the car to an instance and then have it like right outside. But I don't know, maybe there are. We could try it. It's enabled now, so I think when I get in the vehicle, we'll get a little remote that goes into our inventory. I haven't gotten in the vehicle yet. I wanted to go through it with you guys. The next one up is primary weapon scaling. It defaults to player level. So this will be good based on my level. The weapons on this should be really deadly. Disable, there's no vehicle weapon damage scaling at all. Player level, which is the default. It's based on your player level. Damage increases every 10 levels up to level 200. I'm over 200, so we won't go up anymore. Then you can do 2 times, 5 times, 10 times, or 20 times vehicle weapon damage. That would be interesting. Completely overpower. I'm going to leave it at the default value as on player level. I think that's a good spot to be. These secondary weapon, this is a new one. We're probably going to play around with this, but right now it's disabled. Maybe if we have time, we'll come back and visit it. It adds a secondary different type of weapon on your vehicle, and it actually uses ammo to do these things. You got a rocket launcher, long-range rifle, flamethrower. What? Whoa, machine gun, ballistic burst, laser energy, and an EM burst on the car. Interesting. The setting we have right now is disabled as the default. Related to that, you can also change the secondary weapon to scale. I'm going to leave that as on player level, even though the secondary weapon right now is disabled. So we're going to drive around with this as it is. We're going to put some stuff in storage and see how it goes, and we'll come back and visit these new settings for harvesting. Sounds interesting. If I understand it correctly, the car will harvest things as you drive by them, which is a huge time saver. Let's leave it at that setting and we'll get in the vehicle and drive around. I am interested to see what the weapon will do, but I don't know if there's anybody to kill out here. I just picked a random planet and landed on it. Let me see if we've got something close by. Okay, we've got this over here. We will drive over there. So the vehicle I'm driving is not the Rev 8. This is one of the mods. I did an earlier video on that. I'll link that video if you're interested. So we'll get out here. We'll go in this building here real quick and get some items to put in inventory of our vehicle. Anybody here? Red Harvest Spaghetti. Oh, got a robot. I am. All right, so now I've got some items. Okay, so we're back. Oh, we're in our vehicle. Okay, I fast traveled to the vehicle. Let's get out real quick. Okay, we've gone into some killing, and we've come back, and we want to unload our inventory. So Q to our inventory. I'm just going to pick something to put in there about the resource. Okay, comm relay. All right, we've got transfer item container. So hit T out of my inventory, and now if we look in vehicle. So there it is, and it shows a mass right now 4 of 250. Okay, next we're going to turn on the harvesting. So let's set that to all. Laura, Anna, also, yeah, let's try that now. I wonder if it gives you a visual display when you get those. Okay, I just got the vehicle remote, so we'll test the summoning in a minute. Oh, I'm sliding down the hill. I think I just saw something. Yep. Okay, as you see in the top right corner there, it is doing as expected. That's really neat. Ionic liquids is over there. Let's see if I'm able to get that. All right, let's see if we can do. Let's get out of our vehicle now and take a look at our cargo. The question I have is, do the auto loot things, do they go into the cargo or do they go into my inventory? So let's take a look at that. Okay, as you see here, we picked up copper and water from that little bit of driving around. That's a really good time saver, I would say. That's a function that I would utilize just driving around. It would save time jumping out of vehicles and going to scan items. I don't know that there's any animals on this planet, but we'll drive around a little bit more to see, but I can confirm that that works, and I think that's a great addition. We're just gonna fluorine. Really haven't seen any animals on this planet at all. Fauna 0 of 2. There's only 2, so more likely we're not going to find an animal on this planet. We could probably find another one if we wanted to. Here's some items to get. There you go. Yeah, that's going to be a huge time saver. I'm liking this already. All right, so that's how that one works. Get out of our vehicle. Now I saw that it said it added the item to my inventory. Hopefully it's right here. Okay, here you go. So here is the vehicle remote. The second time I got in my vehicle, it was added to my inventory. Works best if bound to a slot in your favorites. Let's see what I can do here. Oh, I have to favorite the item. Okay, let's go back into inventory. All right, so here's the trick here. The vehicle remote is considered a weapon. That's why I couldn't find it. So interesting. But it makes sense because you have to favorite it. So I guess it could be under aid. But we're going to favorite this, B, and then we're going to put it in this slot there. Okay, so there's our vehicle. We're going to run over here and try to summon it. I don't know how far it is. I think I set it to near. All right, so there it is there. Like, hey, I need my vehicle. So we go... Summon vehicle. Oh, and because I'm close, I can also do the cargo. But I'm going to summon vehicle. And there you go, and you pop right into it. That is super cool. All right. Driving around, getting free copper and water and other things that are in the environment. This is such a great addition to the tool. Kudos to the mod author. As I like to do for all mod authors that help the Starfield community, I will link all of the related mods for Shade on the page here in the description. Show him some love, him or her. I don't know if Shade is a him. So show our author some love and try these out. As always with mods, make sure you have a clean save. I always do a full save before adding a mod. That way I can go back to before if things get bad, so you don't lose all your progression. That would be really bad, right? If you're enjoying this content, please do me the huge favor of liking and subscribing. Costs you nothing. Show me some love. Hope you're enjoying it. All right, let's try the next item on here. We have vehicle camp and direct ship boarding. So let's do vehicle camp first. The settings here, you're going to get the workbenches out in the middle of nowhere. So you build a camp and you've got all the workbenches. So you don't have to travel back to a town or your base to build things, which I think is neat. So this is off by default, but we're turning it on. The options are 1 times materials, and then 1.2, 1.5, and 2 times. So you can make it harder on yourself, costing you more materials to make things if you're doing it out in the wild versus at your base, which is a good addition. As you see, even enabling it at 1 times materials, you're going to lose 1% experience. So consider that before turning it on. But I'm going to enable it. So it says camp can be unpacked and deployed from your vehicle when parked via an extra button when approaching your vehicle. Okay, so I guess we got to get out of it. Let's say we want to put a camp here. Okay, there you go. Set up camp is now here, and it's a space button. Do I want workbenches or campfire beds? Let's do workbenches. Oh, really cool. You see that? All right, so we've got... Oh, awesome. Oh, this table got knocked over. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Because it's not on a flat surface. That was another one of his... the author's suggestions was make sure it's a flat surface. So we knocked over one of our tables and looks like we can't access it. So what is this one? There's the kitchen. And oh, the mission boards. Wow, you've got all the mission boards, including Trackers Alliance. All right, let's just try one, see what it does. Nice. All right. All right, let's do pick up camp. No, pack up camp. And let's do set up camp, and let's do campfire beds. Okay, so so campfire beds gives you the boards, the tables, and a bed for you to sleep outside or wherever you are, and you still got this cool ball you can play with. So I would think you find a flat surface and you do the campfire beds so you can have a sleeping, and you've got a fire here. I don't know if it warms you. Mission boards. I think I saw another comment that the author added that it adds 20 resistance for elements when you set up your camp. So there we are there. Yeah, that one's on a tilt. You just got to be careful with those. I want to take another look at, like, I don't remember the Ryzen. Okay, so these are like the stealthy ones. I need to go revisit those as a player. I didn't even think about those since we finished that quest line. Interesting. All right, let's see if there's anything else that we need to cover that we haven't. We haven't covered the second weapons, so I guess we can cover that. Let's go to settings, gameplay options, secondary weapons, enabled. Secondary weapons can be fired while driving at a faster rate, but consume ammo from vehicle cargo storage. Ammo is consumed from vehicle storage first, then player inventory. Secondary weapon choices include, we covered these, the rocket launcher, mag shot, short range, machine gun, laser, and electro. There you go. Okay, so to set your secondary weapon, you have to go into the remote that you're given and then select one. So here are all your choices and the corresponding ammo that it's going to use. Now, I have tons of ammo of all types, so I'm not really concerned with that, but I want to check out the flamethrower. We could check out all of them, I guess. All right, we'll start with our rocket launcher. Now, this is a very expensive ammo. Okay, so we've set the weapon, then you have to, it looks like, select fire secondary weapon. Let's try that. Let's add it to favorites. We're going to fire it. I've set it on a hotkey. All right, let's try some of the other ones. See how we do that. I'm going to go to our quick keys and go to the vehicle remote and change the secondary weapon to mag shot. Weapon not ready. Okay, I probably used all the ammo. Something. Look, I'm flying. All right. Let's do that again. Change to flamethrower. How about that? Whoa, look at that! Look at it, I got flamethrower. Looks like my car's on fire. Look at that, that's really cool. Okay, let's see what the next one is. Machine gun. Ooh, could have a lot of ammo for this. Okay. There's two more we could check. Laser gun. That's our primary weapon, and here's our laser gun. Nice. All right, one more we can look at here. EM blaster. All right, so interesting combination there with the secondary weapon. That's probably not something I would use. The ammo setting that you set to, unless you set it to unlimited, if you set it to ammo, it uses the ammo quicker out of your inventory than it would normally if you were just shooting your gun. So I probably won't use the secondary weapon. Back in here, we're going to turn off secondary weapon. Okay, we've covered the harvesting minerals. We've covered the vehicle camp. All right, let's check out the direct ship boarding. I'm going to set it at the shortest distance, 5 meters. You can go to 10 meters, 15, 20, 25, or 30. So I'm thinking that you just board your ship. I don't know if you just go right in the ship or what is it doing? Let's see. I'm definitely 5 meters. Okay, I don't know if I need to use my... I kind of thought it would just put us right on the ship. Let's try 30 meters. Okay, we're going to give it a second. I'm going to drive away and come back and see if that helps it. We should get a menu. And we're at 30 meters, so should be... Oh, there's the distance right there. So... Oh, we're closer than 30 meters. All right, there you go, finally. All right, there you go. All right, so you have several options here. You can board directly, you can go right to your cockpit, or this one here, this cool one. Transfer your cargo directly to the ship. So I'm going to transfer my cargo. It's all gone from my vehicle, and it went right into my ship. I don't know if you back up and come in again, then you can go right in with the ship? With the... I don't know if you get it again. There you go. So I did hit a bug on this. I'm going to try to replicate it, and then I'll report it to our mod author. I'm going to try cockpit this time. I had an issue with board, so we'll see if cockpit actually does what it's supposed to. And it did. Okay. That's it for today. I will edit this down so it's nice and clean, and make sure I give you the timestamp so you can check out the different items on this mod. For me, this mod is a definite win. There's some real good quality of life for those of us that like collecting in the environments and are using our vehicle. I like the storage on the vehicle. I like the weapon. Secondary weapon is no thank you for me. I understand the intent. One weapon's enough, and I'm not doing a lot of car fighting myself. I don't know if there's people are taking advantage of that and driving around and shooting people. I don't know. I think I saw a video when somebody was driving in town, like driving around in town with their vehicle shooting people, but that's not for me. So thank you, Shade, for this great mod. And thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.